So all over TikTok and the internet, everybody's talking about this man, Walter, Mr. Tenderism. So we all saw those videos where he got the ribs and the meat fall off the bone, and you know how Unks are. He jump up, oh man, he get real energetic, he get real flashy with it. You know what I mean? You know he probably got the hard bottom Stacey Adams on with the church socks going all the way up to his knees. He got the nugget ring on. He got the Kango hat on. Hey, listen, ain't nobody gonna barbecue the ribs like the OGs from the South like that, right? Especially with them church socks on. Man, and he's become an internet sensation. So you have the brother Keith Lee. Keith Lee is another brother. He goes around to different restaurants around the country and he reviews food, right? So they went to the restaurant Destination Smokehouse in Marietta, California, and he went to review the food. And he gave some great reviews on the food, but there's controversy now surrounding his visit. Check it out.
Me and my family are currently in Marietta, California, and this, in my opinion, is the most anticipated video I've ever done. In my hand is food from Destination Smokehouse, with the tenderism. My whole mission today to see, in my opinion, is the food actually tenderism, or do I just love watching Unc? Let's find out together. I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 through 10. We spent $129.77. The customer service, my family said, was very good. This food was quick. It only took us 10 minutes to get it. And Unc is here, but Unc walking around with 4 different security guards, which I fully understand because people probably bombarding him non-stop. So I'm gonna show you the thing I got, and we're gonna try it and rate it 1 through 10. Holiday yams, mac and cheese, coleslaw, 2 orders of Texas toast, 4 sides of barbecue sauce, and a 3-meat plate. I got a beef rib, some oxtail, and some brisket. We're gonna start with what I came here for, the beef rib. I didn't touch it, I didn't do nothing. This is how it came. To me, it looked like it's sliced. It looked like they slit it straight down the back. So when I pick it up, that's what happened. I'm gonna pick it up and see if it fall off the bone. Well, it ain't no bone in here. I'm gonna just see if it fall apart. It do not.
Oh yeah.
This thing ain't going nowhere. The most important is how it tastes. Let's see. It's very smoky. I think it could definitely be more salt added to this. But right now, I just taste smoke and a lot of peppercorns, which is a very good plus. It's juicy. You see it's all on my beard. It's all on my lips. Top of there. That barbecue sauce is sweet, and I think exactly that's what it needs. Again, a little more salt would take this a long way. But as is, I'm at a 7.5 out of 10. This might be the tenderisms that we were talking about. This oxtail. It's tender now. Now that's tender. That's the meat.
Where's that?
Now, if I had glasses, I'm throwing the glasses on the floor. That is delicious. Fantastic, man. Actually, tender, juicy, peppery, smoky, salty. That might be the best oxtail I've ever had. It's top 3 and it ain't 3. I'm supposed to be tasting. I'm on my 3rd bite.
I'm trying to get it together.
Delicious. For me, personally, 9.7 out of 10.
It's the peppery. Good. And this is tender. I'm going with a 9.5.
All right, that's the brisket. It ain't going nowhere. Oh, there you go. A little bit of pull action. This is extremely over-seasoned, in my opinion, when it comes from not only a sodium level, but also a flavor level. That's a decent brisket, in my opinion. 6.5 out of 10. This nigga from Texas. I got somebody from Texas with me. He's trying to understand.
All right, that's a juice.
You smoking. 8-7.
This the mac and cheese. I don't know if this is oil or if this is a lighting, but
Butter starts separating from the noodle.
The cheese completely separated and almost curdled. I don't know what noodle that is. This the noodle. Not a fan of that at all. Okay, this the yam. Okay, now that's
Tender.
sweet, cinnamon, a lot of spices and flavors. 8 out of 10. For me, the standout is absolutely the oxtail. But past the oxtail, the standout is Unc. Not only in my opinion is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that, to show your true personality, to be yourself, no matter how fast things take off in the space. I don't think he intended for it to go the way it's going. I think he just wants to show his love of food and his love of what it is that he's doing. I'm personally taking $5,000 out of my own bank, and we going to say happy holidays to Unc. So, update. We could not get to Unc. Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast. We had $5,000 in cash, or $4,000 in cash that we was gonna give him a hand. They didn't take it, so we're not only gonna take this money and feed some people, but we just gonna do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community.
And as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
So Keith Lee gave reviews of the food, and the food was good, man. Them ribs were good, man. Them oxtails, oh my God, man. The meat was just falling off. I can only imagine how good that tastes, especially if it was seasoned right. I know that W man got the black OG up in there, seasoning that food, man. I know that was good, man. Man, I want to go. He got me wanting some barbecue. But the controversy now is stemming because he wanted, after his review, he wanted to give Walter a $4,000 tip. And he said that he wasn't able to get to Walter because you had security up the wazoo. And he was going around trying to give the tip, and he wasn't able to do it. So then he made this video.
Sweet, cinnamon, a lot of spices and flavors. 8 out of 10. For me, the standout is absolutely the oxtail. But past the oxtail, the standout is Unc. Not only in my opinion is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that, to show your true personality, to be yourself, no matter how fast things take off in the space. I don't think he intended for it to go the way it's going. I think he just wants to show his love of food and his love of what it is that he's doing. I'm personally taking $5,000 out of my own bank, and we going to say happy holidays to Unc.
So, update. We could not get to Unc. Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast. We had $5,000 in cash, or $4,000 in cash that we was gonna give him a hand. They didn't take it, so we're not only gonna take this money and feed some people, but we just gonna do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community.
And as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
So, he said he took some money out of his own bank account to give the money, and he couldn't get to Walter, right? And Walter ultimately came with the W man, the owner, and they gave an explanation as to why that didn't happen, right? I'm not going to get into all speculation, but I do know when I seen the old man sitting down next to that W man, it looked like Handler to me. I mean, it looked like, to me, let's just show what Walter did, because, what Keith did. Keith took that $4,000 and gave it out to the community, people within the community that may have needed money. He blessed them. God used him to go and bless the people. Right, so he went and gave that $4,000 away, man. But because he wasn't able to see Walter and give him the money directly, it came with controversy. And you have a lot of black people that are very upset, and they went to social media to voice their opinion, and they said this.
Somebody need to find out if Tendernism need help over there, because they doing that man wrong. So Keith Lee went to see Tendernism. He went to see how good that food tastes. Because if you look at them posts and you see that meat falling off the bone, pause, you will want it too. Now, after all the videos, you would think that Tendernism owns that restaurant, but he don't. And I'm guessing the owner had a problem with how Keith Lee came and left and didn't let anybody know he was there. But that's what Keith Lee usually does. But Keith Lee gave the kind of review that he usually gives. He said he had the oxtails. He said the oxtails was good.
The oxtail. Now this might be the tenderisms that we were talking about. This oxtail. This is the meat. Now, if I had glasses, I'm throwing the glasses on the floor. That is delicious.
To top it off, he tried to give Tendernism a tip, a big tip, but he wasn't able to because of security. You heard what I said? Security said that Keith Lee couldn't leave that man a $4,000 tip because they said Unc was busy. Mind you, Keith Lee tried to go to this restaurant before, but he wasn't able to. But he came back. He had the food, enjoyed the food, and said whatever he said about the food. Anybody who follows Keith Lee works knows that Keith Lee does not want to be seen. He does not want to bring attention to himself. So, of course, what does he do? Send people inside, food, and X, Y, and Z. And he always gives an honest review. But apparently the owner, the guy that's in a video with Unc, with Tendernism, had a problem with that. Reality is, Tendernism works for him. That is not Unc's restaurant. But how did that restaurant get popular? Because of Unc. And what Unc needs to do, he needs to step away from this man and get his own shit. Because when you look at Unc, when he's around the owner, it's like blink 2 times if you need help type shit. Keith Lee ain't come there to see the owner. Keith Lee came there to see Unc. Keith Lee came there to find out about that tendernism, just to have the owner make a reaction video about him coming to review that food, looking like a scene in the Get Out movie.
So now the internet is speaking, but then Walter and that W man got a chance to, they spoke to Willie D. Now Willie D is from Texas, and Willie D, I don't know if the OG is originally from Texas, but he got a chance to interview them. And the W man and the OG, he came down there and he gave his side of the story. And he was basically saying like, yo, listen, I've been living too long to let some W man take advantage of me. Y'all got me chopped. Y'all got me messed up. And he basically spoke up for himself, right? And basically said, listen, I'm doing good. I'm not going to put financial business out there because that's my personal business, right? He definitely said that, but people said they look like handlers, but you got to be careful with a lot of people online, because a lot of people online say a lot of sensational stuff just for a headline, just to get people to gravitate to what you're saying. So I'm listening to what the OG's saying. He's saying he's been on this planet long enough to not let no W man take advantage of him. I believe him, right? And he's basically saying he's a part of what they got going on over there. Right now, if more of it come out, but let's look at the interview and what happened.
Well, really solid. We were like 3 weeks out from planning it, and a lot of hiccups happened. We were so late in the day, but when we were doing it, we were just totally locked in. So I found out at the end of it was only 30 minutes too. It was a 30-minute podcast. Mm-hmm. So at the end, our head of security / host, Josh, came over. He was like, hey, Nick, man, it's like some guy came, and he was trying to meet Walt to give him a $5,000 tip. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, because we've had like streamers come in, trying to like come in and get weird content. So we love the exposure, but we don't need weird exposure. So he took it, and he didn't know. That was another shocking thing. Me, my friend Walter French, who was off camera, and then one lady who was working that day are the only 3 people in the restaurant who knew who he was. And I was in shock. I didn't even know it was Keith Lee until like 15 minutes after I heard about the tip. So as soon as I got the idea, I started messaging him, and I went out into the parking lot trying to find him. I was hoping he was going to be at our restaurant when we were in Hemet in our original location. I know who he is. I'm a food guy, and I'm on the internet all the time. I do all our social media, so I'm well aware. And it would have been a great boost to us in Hemet, you know. I figured he just never came because the level that we're at now, he likes to help out businesses that need more exposure, you know. So, but I would have been, if I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we could go over there. That's what I would have done.
We talk about this here, because just misunderstand. It's 2026. We gonna clear everything. Now, and back, I want to let y'all know something. I lived too long, somebody taking advantage of me. That part of taking advantage of me, there's a lot of things people can do in life. That's not something we do here at Destination. This is one in the nation.
Yes, sir.
I remember just like these the same 2 people on this podcast right now is the same 2 people know something about Destination. But see, the media just get off and run with the negative stuff, and I tell him all the time, don't be feeding into that negativity, because they ain't not just somebody trying to push, divide and conquer.
People want to know, like, what you're doing so much to help this brand, do Walter have, ownership or equity in a Destination Smokehouse? Is that something that you can share?
Everybody's business ain't nobody's business. But this is how I put it. I'm telling you that. It's because it's my business. If whatever, it's Nick's business. That sharing your business, all of this here, we just have Destination One in the nation. We on one kick. I can't get on sharing personal, how much money or this and that. I'm letting, okay, we cut this through the chase. He's not taking advantage of me. We're going to be here until the end.
And as far as ownership goes, as much as I'll say, because I'm going to respect Walt's privacy, Walt is definitely a part of this business. He is not an employee. I would be safe to say that the finances that we have both been able to increase into our bank account since we've been here has been something great for both of us. But talking numbers, talking any of that, I just don't think that's professional. I mean, we're not professional athletes where our agents are putting our contracts out.
Now, I'm over here in the East Coast corridor, Man, I wish we had some of that Southern Texas style barbecue and that West Coast, like what they do over here. Like we don't have, we got some great barbecue, but we don't have it like they got down there, like that Texas Roadhouse stuff, Oklahoma and all. Man, I see how they got like the oxtail, the ribs, the brisket, all that kind of stuff. Man, how they got that thing set up, man, we ain't got that. Like they got that over there. I ain't gonna hold you. We got some good food over here in the East Coast corridor, but when you get to the South, the Southwest, right, man, they killing the game. Don't get me wrong. We got a lot of food for what we got here. I'm just speaking because I don't want people to get into stupid arguments in my chat room because I know a lot of our people work with slow gases. I'm talking about the barbecue. Only the barbecue, right? When you deal with that Texas barbecue, that barbecue down there in Memphis, and stuff like that, man, that's some serious barbecuing, man. That's some serious. I be watching online, like when they be having them barbecue competitions. It be black dudes and white dudes, everybody. They be making their own sauce and all that kind of stuff. So when I see over there, and he got the meat falling off the bone, and there's another two black guys. They down there in Texas, I think in the Houston area, and they making the oxtails, and they got the whole big company. They got their big store, and they killing the game. I wish we had that in Philly, man. I wish we had that in Philly. But the Unc said that, man, he not being taken advantage of, so I'm going to take his word for it, man. But y'all guys let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.